Go, that can go there, this can go here. I am so silly, I'm going over here. There we go, that's good there. Chit chat there. Bring chat down here. Hello, everyone. Go Bills. It is sports ball day. My partner is sports balling. I am magic balling? Is that a thing? Magic's a sport. And somewhere in the world, I'll make it a sport. What's happening, everybody? I'm in my pajamas still, because I can. That's what I can do. I don't have kids. I don't have anybody that I need to be responsible for. I can just be however I want. It's cold as well, so this is also my flannel for when it's cold. So you get to see me probably like this most of the winter. It's cold all the time. What's happening, everybody? I am Emmara, goddess of blundR. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I am a cosplayer. I am a puppeteer. There's Appa, my puppet friend. Yay! Appa, you might have seen flying around where I was featured at MagicCon Atlanta. Appa might not have been with me the whole entire time, so you might have seen Appa hanging out with my friends, which I appreciate you, my friends. Thank you for taking care of Appa. Appa appreciates it, and I appreciated it. You might have seen me cosplaying. You might have seen me in some cosplay contests at MagicCons. You might have seen me also featured at many a MagicCon, except for one, Vegas, last year. I think that's the only one, but I was working there, so you might have seen me hanging out. This was made in Japan. That's interesting. That is interesting that these were printed in Japan. Most of the time, we have two printing presses in the States. I wonder if it was because of Viacom. I wonder if they printed them in a different place. The bundles did not come. We did not get bundles as ambassadors. So this is actually a bundle that I found yesterday. So, yay! My store always has, it's not my store, it's one of the stores that I have nearby. By nearby, I mean like 50 minutes away. But they usually always still have stuff when I go there, so I'm like, yay. I was like, I'll go check and see, because I was down there because I had to get paint anyway for my mini painting. I am also one of your featured ambassadors for Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have been an ambassador for a couple of sets. I have been very, very lucky, and I appreciate it. I could not do what I do without all of you. I like to remind you all that as many times as I possibly can, because I don't get to say that very often, and I very much appreciate you. So we're going to open this Avatar: The Last Airbender Commander bundle that I found yesterday. Appa, we'll just say Appa found it, right? We did it. Buddy. Appa's my buddy. I have to make my own friends. Literally. I am going to go grab my controller real quick and set up my phone. I have mostly ready. This is actually just completely impromptu, so it is just happening. Appa, you're so silly. Figured I was going to post a picture of Appa. Oh man, I've got a whole bunch of points at McDonald's and I can get free. Oh man, In-N-Out Doom! Man, In-N-Out Doom was so cool. That was a super bummer. What's inside? I don't know, Appa. I don't know what's inside. Okay. Mommy Nurgle here needs to... I am getting over a cold, and my body has just been very achy. Luckily it wasn't anything. I didn't get it really bad. My partner's had it really bad. She's the one who gave it to me. I don't go out in the world. It's like, thanks, honey. Thanks for ruining everything and making us sick. Luckily, I had a sore throat for like the first day, and then I'm listening to Chelsea Wolfe. Love this girl. Anyway, her voice makes me happy. I am gonna make a post. Gonna throw that right there. That is, who's this? It's Ramsey. Ramsey Ramsington. Hey, baby. That's Ramsey. Okay, grab my controller real quick. Did I not bring it over here? For part of your thought I did, and part of me was like, yeah, you didn't. You didn't do that. Barbie, you can't move these dice. I need these dice. Get rid of those. You can play with the other dice. I have a bazillion of those. Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Hey, cat. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Barbie. I wish it was a cat. I wish it was a cat. Everybody wants to probably be a cat. I would love to be a cat. I would just lounge about lazily all the time. Boop. I have my Mox field up just because it's blocking my minis, because really shouldn't probably have them hanging out right now during my stream. So, hi, tiny one. What's up? Are you gonna come up here? Okay, if you're gonna come up here, we'll wait a second then. Yeah, do you want me to move this stuff? And you can say, here, we're not doing anything with this stuff right now. That's a lot of Ninjas of Deep Hours. Why do we have so many of these? That's a lot of cards. Oh, that's not really that bad. 5 mana. Sorry, I'm being distracted by cats and magic cards. That's my original animate artifact from a bazillion years ago. It feels like a bazillion years ago. Being as old as I am playing Magic for such a long time, it's probably been a while. It's been a ridiculously long time. Tiny one, you are terrific. You are a delightful. This is Tiny one. Or Tiny Princess. Yeah, I don't even know how you ended up with your name. Teepee? Yeah. You're such a sweetheart. She's been in a sweet mood this week. Like, you just never know with her. Sometimes she's a jerk. Sometimes she's not a jerk. Yeah. This is sweet her. She's my little Sour Patch Kid. Me and her little bipolar crazies. Yeah, we're crazy sometimes. Sometimes we're mean, sometimes we're nice. Sometimes we don't stop talking, sometimes we don't leave people alone, sometimes we just want to be left alone. Yeah. What are we ever gonna do? I wish I could make Appa open these cards. I wish I had somebody just to talk behind me while I was... or I could control Appa and somebody else opens up the cards. If I had friends, I could just, like in the real world, I could do things that would be cool, and I can't right now, so. Coma, ugh, you're so stupid. This music is fantastic. Just drums and acoustics, and ugh. Makes me so happy. Do we have this song liked? Yeah, we do. I was like, this song is, I'm enjoying this, and I was like, okay, we have actually liked this before. How many Niv Mizzets are there? 4 or 5? I feel like there's 5 of them. Because there's a new one in Foundations that I'm looking at right now. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. Even Coma is pretty silly. Whenever combat damage whenever Coma deals combat damage to a player, create 4/3/3 blue serpent tokens named Coma coils. You know, a normal amount of Coma coils. You're so silly. You're just gonna hang out there, you know. You're just watching Chelsea Wolf walk down the road playing this guitar, yeah. You enjoying this? You're so silly. You're so silly. You're not gonna let me open this right now, are you? Yeah. Well, I guess we're hanging out with Tiny One right now. Right? Who doesn't want to hang out with Tiny One anyway? She's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Because I can, Tiny One. Because I can. Because I have thumbs. That's why. I had to take this lion turtle land out of my deck the other day, so now we have an extra lion turtle. I gotta figure out where I'm putting it. It'll probably go on one of my decks. Hey, Sabby, what's going on? I'm a cat, Sabby. You say hi to Sabby? Yeah. You say hi to her, Sabby? Yeah. No, she's like, I'm going this direction now. Where are you going? I can't see anything. You can't go that way. I don't know what we're doing here. We're at an impasse, Tiny One. Don't walk in the miniatures. This is dumb. Go that way. I will move them for you. If you would like to go that way, you may go that way. What are you doing? Tiny One, you're the worst. I didn't make this a spot for you. Apparently I did. Okay. Very well. Well, let me find a safe spot to put these then. Somewhere behind me. Away from the cats, because Tiny One will mess with things and then mess everything up. And then I will be sad. And I don't want to be sad. Oh my god, if this crashes down, this is going to be such a mess. Let's not do that. Oh god, I'm making a mess. Abby, I'm making a mess. I'm making such a mess. Okay. This is Tiny One. Or Tiny Princess. She was a barn cat. She was a very, very lovey barn cat that probably would have ended up a mom and died. But instead we took her because she was such a sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah. We took you and your brother Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. He's a silly guy. I don't even know how you ended up with your name. We usually just call you TP. Yeah. Yeah. You're being super lovey. You're being so lovey. There she is. This is just getting all up into this. I moved the miniature box out of the way, and then she was like, I'm getting in on this. I was like, I didn't actually move the box for you. But apparently I did move the box for her. She's really loving this head scratch. Yeah, is it the best? Is it the best? Yeah, we have done no magic things. We introduced ourselves. Kinda. Yeah, is that the best? Yeah, you're so silly. She is very pretty, and she's very smart. She's one of my scary ones that I am like, this cat could kill me if it wanted to and outsmart me. has taken care of so many of the other cats. She's the reason we have Bucky, because she chose him. We took her to the shelter, and then she was like, "Yep, I want this dog." I'm like, "Okay." She just she just walked up and just started brushing up into him. I'm like, "You are such a weirdo." She was very much missing our German Shepherd when he passed, so we were missing him as well. And yeah, she chose him. Yeah, she loves him. She'll sit there and brush up into him, purrs, and wants to lay next to him, and he wants nothing. He's like, "I don't want any part in this. I don't want any part in this," he says. You're silly. You have beautiful eyes. Yeah, you want to show Abby? You have golden eyes. Yeah. Unfortunately, because she's a barn cat, she has some breathing difficulties from inbrededness of how barn cats work. I wish people didn't not take care of their animals. It makes me angry, and unfortunately, I can't take in every animal. I will try to. I forgot about the swarm weaver. Abby, I want to build the swarm weaver. Ah, sweet. I love that you theme everything. It makes me happy. I love theming things. I almost bought a Toff box yesterday. We are cat-catting. Cats be cattin'. That's be what happened with cattin'. We've done no magicking. We've just been hanging out with cats. How you doing, Ben? It's good. Hey, is this... No, this is a different Simone than what... What is this Simone? Simone Paradox Sculptor? At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. Then you can pay Simic and tap her to double the number of each counter or kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures or artifacts you control. That's gross. That's stupid. Ben, I have too many magic cards. I've been entering magic cards for... This will be week 5 starting. No, this will be week 6. Oh my god. Theoden, what's going on? Thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. I am going to attempt to open this commander bundle. We'll see whether or not Tiny One allows for such things. She took over 1/2 of the board, so these are just stacks of rare cards that I've been entering into my Mox field. Usually my Mox field goes here, but we'll let Tiny One hang out with us because I love Tiny One. The sports ball is on right now. Go Bills. Is that what I think that's what I'm supposed to say? My partner asked me to please say that, so I did. I don't watch the sports ball. So, interestingly enough, the Commanders bundle was made in Japan. I did not know that. Yeah, all the Zamones are pretty cool, though. The top of the box. Well, let me see if I can. Let me actually turn on my lights. Ugh. I don't usually. My morning ones, nobody wants to see morning me. Turn that off. Is that better? And then we'll... Anyway, the bottom of the box, where we open the box, has the Aang's arrow, which we were going to open. Huzzah! We did it. We did it. We got there, folks. See you later. Bye. So these are the new Commander bundles. I have an opinion about the Commander bundle that I will give later. I am personally a fan of this idea. Hey, if you're here, you can hear my opinion on the whole entire thing. I think there's too many Commander decks that they put out every set. I think we have burnt through the different archetypes. I mean, there are a couple that haven't had like commander decks built around them, but now we're duplicating decks. So now people who already have, say, a Madness deck, you put out another Madness deck, yeah, there's going to be a couple cards they want out of there, but there's not going to be a whole bunch of cards out of there, so they're not going to buy the product. So, Commander bundles. I think they should have themed Soul Rings, Arcane Signets, and Swiftfoot Boots, whatever. Uh, like Commander staples to whatever the set is with new art, and you get 4 of them instead of just 1 of them, because now I need a bunch of Soul Rings and Arcane Signets to theme my Avatar decks, and I'm not going to go buy another one of these. They didn't give me one, so like I had to go get one, and it was not super cheap. Is that what you got going on? Sweet. Toph is really cool. Mono green Toph. I just built the first metal bender. That was my first first Avatar deck I built. This box is really cool. It's got Momo on the one side. It's really shiny. I like these boxes. I have them all on display. I'm excited to see what the dice is. I haven't actually seen it yet. The box is really cool. The artwork is really cool. The thing is, now I gotta leave like the top of the box. It's gonna have to go on top of one of my other ones so I can see the top of the box. Let's see here. Is there no... Oh, we don't get a dice in here this time, and we get a clicky wheel? It's got Aang on it. I was really hoping for an Appa dice to go with my Choco dice. Oh, or my Moogle dice. Well, that spins nicely. There's a spring inside of it. I wonder if that'll... I don't... Well, I guess I could use this. I guess I could take this with me to Magic Cons and things. Most of the time, people usually just use... I usually just end up using my phone for life totals and things. These things I never use for anything. I usually just... I have a box that's just like extra pieces of Magic stuff. That... Extra box pieces and things that have artwork on them and stuff that I've just kept over 30 years. So, like, I have, like, my old starter deck boxes and rule books and storybooks. And so these usually just go in that box. Just another... I wonder why they didn't do the dice. Maybe there's their Avatar dice somewhere else from a different company, maybe, or something. Sometimes that's the thing. So we get full art lands. I really like the full art lands. So the bundle comes, I think we get 2 of like the Arcane Signets and Soul Rings and things. Or we get 2 of the 4 card, or the 4 of them, or 1 of the 4 of them. I don't know. No, we get 2 of the other one. Let's see what we got. We got the Arcane Signet. We got a Soul Ring with Aang. I need these to theme out my deck. Swiftfoot Boots. We got... Oh, sweet. We got Worldly Tutor with Iroh, which I can actually use in my Toph deck. Actually, most of these, besides this will actually go. And we got Fierce Guardianship, which is what I wanted out of there, was for my Katara deck, so yay! These are fun to... I occasionally frame these when I actually had space for things. Now they just go in the box of magic stuff. So I think you get 2 of each of the full art lands, because I think you get the Appa ones, and then you get the other full arts, because there's another full art for each basic land type. See, I think that you should get 4 Soul Rings and 4 Arcane Signets and 4 Swiftfoot Boots for the price that you're paying for these. Like, it's almost the price of 2 commander decks. Like, at least give us 2 of them so we can make our own theme commander decks. Yeah. And, unfortunately, my Appa lands are kinda pringly, so they're gonna have to go hang out inside the unpringly machine that I have. Okay, so then you get normal foil lands, and then you get 5 more of the full art Appa lands. So plenty of Appa lands. I would have really liked an Appa dice. That really makes me sad that there's no Appa dice. Give me Appa dice. Where are you going? Are you just coming through? Okay. The giant spot of paint that I dumped over this. This is my miniature painting mat. Oh, tiny one. You're so silly. Let us bring that back up. But I'm going to shrinky-dink that down. Shrinky-dink. Boop. There we go. Boop. We'll move that. Okay, that'll work. It's like that giant blood spot is what it looks like. Like, in the right lighting, it looks like I just spilled blood everywhere. Okay, let us go back here. I will wait to open packs, so I did not get to pre-release this weekend. You get 9 play boosters. We're going to open the play boosters first. And then we'll open the collector's pack. See what we get out of the collector's pack. I am missing so many cards for the decks that I want to build. My poor Toph deck is still missing a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't realize I was missing. I need the mono green experience Toph. And that's the only one I didn't get of her. No, I didn't get Zoku either, of the experience counter one. I didn't get a 5-color Aang. Appa. There was a whole bunch of stuff where I was like, I was gonna build decks out of these things. So I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, and then there's all the Jumpstart stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of stuff I missed out of here too. The Jumpstart box, I got a decent amount of stuff. Like, I only got 3 duplicates out of the whole entire Jumpstart box. So everything else was new cards. I do like the whole entire Jumpstart thing is what I wish they would do with like Universes Beyond and stuff, because Jumpstart is a really good way to get people into Magic. Like, Commander's not. Like, even Standard is not the best way sometimes, depending on what set it is and what mechanics are out. But I am going to go check on everybody real quick, and I will be right back. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Thanks for sitting through the bricks. I appreciate it. Money goes to fund this wonderful program. Love you guys. I'll be right back. That new Lathril or old Lathril? Artwork is absolutely beautiful. Part of me kind of wants to make the Swarm Weaver my spider lord. What are you doing back there, Khaleesi? Hey. How are you? I love you. You're so silly. Yeah. Yeah. What am I gonna do with you? Yeah. You're so silly. What brings you here? You don't usually come in here. Yeah. Gotta almost go back on. I'm almost gonna go back on. The ad break is almost over. I know. Normal people. What's happening, everybody? I'm Emmara, goddessofblundR. I'm back. I was back, but I'm still back. I'm back again. uh, I know. There's so much good stuff in the Jumpstart packs, and then I like that they did reprints in the Jumpstart packs too that have avatar art. So I'm just like, ugh. I want to get another box of Jumpstart, but this time actually draft it and not just open it because I was like, I need cards out of here. I was like, I must open this. I forgot about Leyline of Transformation, and that actually needs to go in my bear deck. I need to keep making clones of things. I just like making clones of things. Anyway, let's open some packs. Let's get some booster therapy and see what's. You know what? Let's actually. Let's bring our camera around. What are we doing? Not that. Not you. You, my friend, thou are who I am looking for. Woo! My giant mess of things. Let's see if the cards are in the front or in the back. We're going backwards. Okay, excellent. Depending on where things are printed. Treetop Freedom Fighters, which has all the rebels here. Jet's little group. Got Haste, Human Rebel Ally, 2/1. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. So there's a lot of ally tokens being made. Rebellious Captives. 1 green, 1 colorless, human peasant allies. They do have Exhaust, which was an ability that we got in Aether Drift. You can pay 6, and you can do that at any time, which is always pretty cool. Sometimes you can surprise people with it. Put 2+1/+1 counters on this creature, and then Earthbend 2. And Earthbending, if you don't know what that is, you put a 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. It gets haste, and it's still a land. And my favorite part is if it gets destroyed or it's exiled, it comes right back to the battlefield, which is awesome with things that let you sack stuff, or that the sacking is the payment, and then you just get the card back. We've got Barrels of Blasted Jelly. 1 colorless. Is this when they blow up Zoku's boat? 1 colorless, add 1 mana of any color, activate only once each turn, pay 5 colorless, and you can tap it, sack this artifact, and deals 5 damage to target creature. It's a way to mana fix. In draft, it's not terrible. I mean, you could. It has uses. It's just not fantastic. Rowdy snowballers. They are allies. They're peasants and humans. You know, most humans are just peasants. Why do we have to have peasants as a... I'm never going to build a peasant deck. I say that, but like 5 years from now, I'm probably going to build a peasant deck. When this creature enters, tab target creature opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Good way to lock down a creature in draft. Also, they're allies, so there's a lot of stuff that actually triggers them. Callous Inspector, 1 black, 1/1 with Menace. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to you. And then you create a clue token, so you're almost drawing a card and taking a damage, which black loves doing. The Avatar Enthusiast. The funny thing is, I see this card has more realistic art, more Magic style, but I know exactly the moment that it is, and I can picture it. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, which ETBs are always good. Otter Penguins. Otter Bird. They are 1 blue, 1 colorless. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked. It is a 2/1. We have Zhao, the stupid, ruthless admiral. He's Rakdos. Split colors, 2, and then 2 colorless. And he has Firebending 2. And Firebending is when this creature attacks, you add 2 red mana. So whatever the Firebending is in the number, that's how much red mana you will get. This mana lasts until end of combat. Do know that the second that you go to declare blockers, you will lose that mana. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. It's not terrible. And he's a human soldier. Trusty Boomerang. 1 colorless equipment. Equip creature has pay 1. Tap it. Tap target creature. Return Trusty Boomerang to its owner's hand. Equip 1. Glider Staff. When this enters, airbend up to 1 target creature. Costs 1 white, 1 2 colorless. It's equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. Equipped 2. And this meta for drafting, flying is pretty gross. Oh, we got a Searing Blood. 2 red mana. They have different ones, I think. Is it 61 episodes? I feel like there's 61, but now I'm sitting there thinking, is there 63 episodes? I don't know. Each one of these has a different episode and artwork from that episode. Searing Blood deals 2 damage to target creature. When this creature dies this turn, Searing Blood deals 3 damage to this creature's controller. These are all mythics, I do believe. Earthen Ally is our rare card. It is 1 green and it is a 0/2. This creature gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. It is a 5-color card, actually. You can pay 5 colors and 2 colorless to Earthbend 5, which is actually not. I mean, you're paying 7 mana to create a 5/5, but you're Earthbending 5. So. And is a human soldier ally, but he's only a 0/2. And then our foil is Maya Jaded Edge, who I cosplayed at Magic Con Atlanta. We actually did the, we were all, I forgot what they're called. I forgot what their group is called. Anyway, Maya's 1 red, 1 colorless, 1/3. Human Noble Prowess, which I love Prowess. Prowess is one of my favorite mechanics. And then you can exhaust 3 and put a double strike counter on Maya. And then we get a land of the South Pole and a copy of Fake Zogu. And Iroh laughing at him. That could go over there. These can go over with those other lands. Those can go over there. Okay, let's continue on. Must feel something. Must keep opening cards. How to start a riot. I actually like this card. It's one red, 2 colorless, and lessons are back. And it's an instant. Target creature gains menace until end of turn, and then creatures target player controls get +2/+0 until end of turn. It's a way in draft to finish people off. And in my theme decks, I have it. Rocky Rebuke, 1 green, 1 colorless, and this has got Toth on it. It's in my... I have to theme everything, so I have all the Toth-related cards that I could put in my Toth deck. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. I like that it doesn't do it back to you, because sometimes green fighting is that's how things work. It's an instant. Rumble Arena is actually a land that has an ability. It has Vigilance, and then when it enters, you scry 1. You can pay 1 colorless by tapping it, and then you can also pay 1 colorless and tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So you can Earthbend it and throw the counters on it, and suddenly you have a land that has an ability, which is kind of cool. We have another lesson, Waterbending. It's a sorcery, 1 blue, 3 colorless. Draw 3 cards, and then discard a card unless you waterbend 2. And waterbending has a number, and that number is basically improvise and convoke. You can use your artifacts and your creatures to help pay for it, but most of the time you have to pay it, so like sometimes it's a ward, which is really horrible. Hog Monkey is a boar monkey. You can pay 1 black, 2 colorless. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter gains menace. And then you can exhaust 5 and put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Now go from a 3/2 to a 5/4. And then we have Compassionate Healer, which is actually really good, especially in ally decks. 1 white, 1 colorless. When this creature becomes tapped, you gain 1 life and scry 1. It's fun to use for waterbending, because you can just tap them and gain a life and scry 1. Especially if you have something that has waterbending you can use multiple times, like every turn. Sandbender Storm, 1 white, 3 colorless. Destroy target creature of power 4 or greater. Earthbend 3. It's an instant. So you can give yourself a creature to block with, a creature that if it dies, it just comes right back to the battlefield. Or you could destroy a creature that has more than 3 power. Fire Nation Engineer, 1 black and 2 colorless. Here comes Barbie. Human Artificer, 2/3, hi baby. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature or vehicle you control. It's a 2/3. We have Air Nomad Legacy. It is a enchantment. You can pay. Well, you will pay Azorius. With this enchantment, enters create a clue token. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. We also have Earth Kingdom General. 1 green, 3 colorless, human soldier ally. When this creature enters, Earthbend 2. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature, you may gain that much life. Do this once each turn. That guy has kept me alive during draft a couple of times. I did a lot of drafting during early access. Zhang, the Deserter. 1 green, 2 colorless, human rebel ally. He's legendary. He has firebending 1. You can exhaust Zhang for 3. Put a +1/+1 counter on Zhang, and when you next cast a lesson spell this turn, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. It's a 2/3. It's a human rebel ally. Ooh, we got one of the special. I really like these. They're really cool looking. It's the lion turtle. He's an elder cat turtle. I'm very excited about it. I had gotten one, but I didn't get this cool one. This is actually going to go in my cat deck. Cosmic, 1 colorless. It's a 3/6. Vigilance Reach. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Can't attack or block unless you have 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. Add 1 mana of any color. Maybe I won't put him in my cat deck. Probably not using very many lessons, I imagine. White Lotus Hideout is our foil. It is 1 colorless. Tap to make 1 colorless, or tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a lesson or a shrine spell. Pay 1 colorless and tap to add 1 mana of any color. And then we got a dual land, and as our land is Boiling Rock Prison, which is this land enters tapped, makes Rakdos, can pay 4, sack it to draw a card. And then we get an ally token and a clue token. Tokens, lands, boop. Excited about. I really like the I don't know what to call it. They did this style for like the Artificers and Brothers War. And they did it in BloomBurrow too for the Elementals. So they did it for the creatures in this set, and I really like them. Aang-Awakened Avatar. Oh my god, Flying Indestructible 2020. Oh, it's Merit Lodge. I was like, what is happening here? This Merit Lodge token is terrifying. I was like, there's no 2020 Aang in this set. Anyway, Cunning Maneuver. Instant, 1 red, 1 colorless. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. Create a clue token. Raucous, I can't say audience. I can say all these words that aren't words, and then I'm like, real word, cannot say. Like, in my brain, I can say it. Not out loud. Anyway, 1 green, 1 colorless, human citizen. You can tap, add 1 green. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 green mana instead. And it's a 2/1. Stupid human citizens. Platypus Bear. Splits. Simic. 1 colorless. Platypus Bear. It's a 2/3 with Defender. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards. As long as there is a lesson card in your graveyard, this creature can attack as though it does not have Defender. Doesn't have Defender. Guess I should say things properly. I just want to switch this album. I already listened to this one. I need a new album, please. Did they just do the whole entire soundtrack? Oh, yeah, they did do the whole entire soundtrack. Huh. Interesting. That is very interesting. Oops. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how things work. I'm like trying to click buttons. Like, this isn't doing anything. Stupid Merit token. Giant Koi. So they have these land cycling ones for each color. They did this in Lord of the Rings too, which makes it much easier during drafts and things to get the lands you need, especially with a lot of the 3-color cards in the set. 4-color or 5-color. 2 blue, 4 colorless. Fish. Waterbend 3. This creature can't be blocked this turn. It's a 5/7. All of those are really always big creatures. Azula always lies. Azula always lies. Azula always lies. This card ruined my life during draft so many times. It's 1 black, 1 colorless, instant, lesson. Choose 1 or both. Target creature gets -1 until end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's basically, it sucks. My brain just for some reason, yeah, we got screwed by it a couple of times. Koshi Warriors. I love the foil for this. The fans are like bright yellow and foily. Human Warrior Ally. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. 3/3. As ally triggers, there's a lot of cards that trigger them. Foggy Swamp Hunters. These guys would be my family if they were in the Avatar universe. 1 black, 3 colorless. Human Ranger ally, 3/4. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, this creature has lifelink and menace. I guess that's because they're going to steal food. They're getting food if they draw 2 cards. Pathlick, human monk ally, 2 Simic, split, 2 colorless. When Guru Pathic enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a lesson, saga, or shrine card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever you cast a lesson, saga, or shrine card spell, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Not too bad. Tylee, Artful Acrobat. She is 1 red, 2 colorless. I think this is her first version. Everybody has like 3 different versions. She is friends with Azula. Why? Who knows? Because she's really nice for the most part. Yeah. Prowess, Human Performer, which eventually I'll be able to build a performer deck with just wrestlers and, and actors. 3/2, I love Prowess. Get +1/+1 whenever you cast a non-creature spell, which also is artifacts that aren't creatures. Whenever Tylee attacks, you may pay 1 colorless. When you do, target creature can't block until end turn, which shows her using pressure points, but in card form, by stopping things. Gather the White Lotus. It is a sorcery. 1 white, 4 colorless. Create a 1/1 white ally creature token for each plane you control. Scry 2. This, I feel, is going to be very, very good in, like, mono white. Maybe in standard. 5. Most likely, you're probably getting 5 of these if you're playing mono white. I don't know. The Earth King is our rare legendary creature. 1 green, 3 colorless. Human Noble Ally. You can probably almost make a noble deck with Kenrith, with all the different ones that exist now. It's probably a thing. When the Earth King enters, you create a 4/4 green bear token, because he has the bestest bear. Unfortunately, Bosco was only in the Jumpstart packs, I think. 2/2. So he's kind of he's the bear. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, you search your library for up to that many basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Kind of cool. Like, most likely you probably have more than 1 4/4 out. Oh, we did get a mythic as well, and I do not have this one. The Legend of Yang Shen. This is the air avatar from the past. 2 white, 3 colorless, and this is a saga. The first part, starting with you, each player chooses up to 1 permanent with mana value 3 or greater from among permanents your opponents control. Exile those permanents. Not even my fault then. It's somebody else's fault. You may have target opponent draw 3 cards. If you do, draw 3 cards. Third part, exile this saga. It transforms. And it becomes Avatar Yang Shen. Flying Avatar 4/5. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, airbend up to 1 other target non-land permanent. So basically, yeah. Well, that's each turn. Oh, that's fun. It's not a Merit Lodge Ang token, but and our foil is Lost Days. It's an instant lesson. I do like this. I like throwing things in people's libraries. 1 blue, 4 colorless. The owner of target creature or enchantment puts it into their library, second from the top or the bottom. I get a clue. And then we also got the North Pole Gates, which is the Azorius land. Azorius land. Man, I didn't move my chat back down here. Silly me. I had to move it for a second so I could change the aspect ratio. What's on the other side? Treasure? More lands, more that. I do not have that Aang token. Still very amused by it, but I didn't even know that it was a thing. How did I not keep up with things? I got Earthbending Lesson, 1 green, 3 colorless, sorcery. It's a lesson. There's 1 for each of bendings. Earthbend 4. Put 4 plus 1 plus 1 counters on a land. Borcupine is a boar. Porcupine. 1 red, 2 colorless. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. 2/2. There's a lot of red creatures that are those stats and do those the same exact thing. Ostrich Horse is a bird horse. 1 green, 2 colorless, 3/1. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So it can become a 4/2 if you don't hit anything. Earth Rumble Wrestlers, still my favorite episode, the wrestling episode. Human Warrior Performer. Reach, this creature gets +1/+0 and has trample as long as you control a land creature or a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn. So kinda landfall. So they can be a 4/4 with reach. The reach part is kind of important, especially with a lot of the flying in the draft environment. Forecasting Fortune Teller, 1 blue, 1 colorless, Human Advisor Ally. When this creature enters, create a clue token. 1/3. Deadly Precision. I love this artwork. This fight scene with Maya and Katara. 1 black as an additional cost to cast this. Either pay 4 colorless or sack an artifact or creature. Destroy target creature. I sacrificed the Man of Many Hats so many times. Earth Kingdom Soldier. Split Selesnya, 4 colorless, Human Soldier, Vigilance, and when this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. It's a 3/4. Tolls of War as Orzhov. When this enchantment enters, create a clue token. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. We have a Tiger Dillo. It has a cat armadillo. 1 red, 1 colorless. This creature can't attack or block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. It's a 4/3 for 2. Oh, yes, water sounds delicious. Invasion Tactics. I've tried to win with this card a couple of times. 1 green, 4 colorless enchantment. When this enchantment enters, creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever 1 or more allies you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you attack 3 different players, you do get 3 different cards, which is pretty great if you hit everybody. Master Paku, legendary creature. Thank you for the update. 5 minutes until break. Human Advisor Ally, Prowess, 1/3. Whenever Master Paku becomes tapped, target player mills X cards, where X is the number of lessons in your graveyard. He's an advisor, so he would go well in a mill deck. There's a lot of nasty advisors that mill things. Is this our rare? Our rare is Fire Lord Zoku. It's a Mardu version, which I already have. Ugh. Human Noble Ally, Firebending X, where X is Fire Lord Zoku's power. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, whenever a permanent you control enters from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. It's really good. I mean, you're firebending 2 at the beginning, but he's also putting +1/+1 counters on himself and becoming much more powerful too. So, in a Mardu deck, the proper kind of deck, you could probably do some nasty stuff. Callous Inspector is our foil. We've already read Callous Inspector. We're not going to read you again. We got an Appa Island, which can go in the Appa lands. Koshi Warrior Ally. I really like. There's a lot of really fun tokens in this set. Clue tokens. I think there's different ones for each element as well. I don't remember. I remember seeing everything at one point, and now I'm like, I don't remember if that's a thing I made up. Maybe that's a thing that exists. 2 minutes, and then I'm going to take a slight standy break. Stretchy break. This cold kicked my butt. I've just been very achy. Very achy. Fire Nation Cadets. 1 red. This thing killed me a couple of times over the past week. This creature has Firebending 2 as long as there's a lesson card in your graveyard. You can pay 2 colorless. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And it's a 1/2. Later on in games, people were just dumping so much mana into those guys, and they were just killing all of my creatures. Sabertooth Moose Lion, one of the cycling creatures. 7/7 Elk Cat. That has reach, and it has 2 green, 4 colorless, and has forest cycling too. I love him. He's a 7/7 cat with reach. He's good for mana fixing. Like, I might actually. He's probably going in my cat deck. He's that good. Like, it's good for me to go find lands early on in games, and later on in games, it's a 7/7 with reach. Like, in a cat deck, a lot of the times, what the problem is I don't have reach to stop flyers. Cats don't fly very often. Messenger Hawk is Demir and 2 colorless. Bird Scout, 1/2, flying. When this creature enters, create a clue token, which the clue token has this bird on it, one of the clue tokens, and you can has his clue on the back with a note. This creature gets +2/+0 as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. Hockey, welcome to Team Avatar. Team Avatar, everybody. Fire Nation Raider, 1 red, 3 colorless. It has Raid. Raid is whenever a creature, as long as you've attacked, this will go off. So usually you play these during your second main. When this creature enters, if you've attacked this turn, create a clue token. Human Soldier. It's a 4/2. I used it a lot during the draft. 32 seconds. Every time I see this card, it makes me happy. This is when he's tripping on cactus juice. It's the quenchiest. It's the quenchiest, everybody. Soko's great. Anyway, I will be right back in 12 seconds. Thanks for sitting through the breaks. I do appreciate it. It helps me fund the channel and build costumes and all that other fun stuff. I'll be right back, everybody. Take care. It's the quenchiest. It's the quenchiest. Quenchiest. Damn it. Quenchiest. This is the quenchiest. body is ridiculous. Drink cactus juice. What's happening, everybody? Drink the cactus juice. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest. Great. Anyway, I'm glad we got new art for it, and the art is wonderful. Good job, Nathaniel. What's happening, everybody? I'm Emmara, goddess of blundR. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I am one of your avatar ambassadors. I am a cosplayer. I am a puppeteer. You might occasionally see me at Magic Cons or Command Fests or PAXs or wherever else I'm at. Command Fest? I think those are all the things. Commander Sealed. Been featured in places. I'm around. I do a lot of chaos drafting and magic-y thingies on my channel. We play a lot of Plane Chase. I am the Queen of Plane Chase. I am your favorite Grixis princess. I love my Grixisness. What else is going on in the world? Avatar pre-release this weekend. I hope everybody had a good time. The set's wonderful. It makes me happy. I love seeing moments from things that I love in magic form, so it makes me happy. I love you, Universes Beyond. I don't care what other people think of you. Anyway. Oh. This makes me so sad. It's a swamp snare trap. And poor little Appa is caught in it by those stupid hillbillies. Or my family from Avatar. Enchantment Aura, 1 black, 2 colorless. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it targets a creature with flying, which is Appa. Enchanted creature gets -5, -3, which is the stats of Appas. Appas have kind of those stats. Don't be mean to Appas. Anyway, Water Tribe Captain. Pain in the butt during drafting. 1 white, 2 colorless, 3/3 human soldier ally. You can pay 5 colorless. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Later on in games, that can definitely win you games if you can build up a big enough board with enough allies. Wolf Bat. So wolf and a bat. I like that it is a wolf, though. I don't have very many flying wolves. My wolf deck could definitely use this. 1 black, 2 colorless, flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you may pay black if you do return this creature from the graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. You know what's really fun with the finality counters, if you have a way to push them around, is give them to other people. Airbender's Reversal. Watch out for it during drafting. 1 white, 1 colorless, instant, lesson, choose 1, destroy target attacking creature, airbend target creature you control. Good way to save your creature, also a good way to wipe out other people's creatures. Earth Rumble! Got Doff. It's wonderful. 1 green, 3 colorless. I am in love with this girl's voice. Earthbend 2. When you do, up to 1 target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. And they hit each other back and forth. It's kind of a good way to kill off other people's creatures, and then you just get your land back if you need to. Or you can do whatever you want with it. I didn't know that you could Earthbend the same land over and over again. For some reason, my brain just didn't. Yeah. Anyway, Boomerang Basics. 1 blue, lesson, sorcery. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control that permanent, draw a card. It's a boomerang. Which is a classic magic card that does almost the same thing, except for you don't draw a card. Airbender Ascension. So they redid all the Ascensions. I did not get this one, so this is actually a new one for me. It's got Appa! And it's got Aang. That's wonderful. Anyway, they redid, or they didn't redo them, but they gave us new Ascensions. Ascensions were Magic the Gathering. What do they call them? We have a word for it. Not a theme, but cycle. Cycle is what I was thinking. So these are new ones. We got them for all of the elements, I know. I don't know if we did get one for black or not, though. When this enchantment enters, we pay one white, one colorless. This enchantment. When this creature enchantment enters airbend up to one target creature, so it doesn't matter what you airbend. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, if this enchantment has 4 or more quest counters on it, exile it to one target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its control. So it's kind of a fair version of Conjurer's Closet. That's not just doing it. You actually have to put a little bit of work into it. But I mean, you could airbend your own creature and then just bring it right back and put a quest counter on it right off the bat. That was our rare. Our foil is Saka, Lateral Strategist. 2 Azorius Split and 1 colorless human warrior ally, Vigilance. 2/4, and whenever Saka and at least one other creature attack, draw a card. It is a good way to draw cards during draft. Also, he is a ally and a warrior and a human. Those are all groups that have a lot of stuff. Appalans. The Appaplane might be my favorite. I like the sun setting in the background. And a blank token for me to write on later on in my life. I use them to draw tokens at Magic conventions, but nobody ever wants me to draw tokens for them. I don't know. I'm a terrible artist. What do I know? Rough Rhino Cavalry. 1 red, 4 colorless. Human Mercenary, Firebending 2. They're a 5/5, and they have an exhaust of 8. And you can put 2+1/+1 counters on this creature. It gains trample until end turn. No way to trample over and win, maybe. Human Mercenaries. Walltop Sentries. This card is wonderful. During draft, I used it constantly. If it was there, I probably drafted it. 1 green, 2 colorless, human soldier ally, reach, death touch. Whenever this creature dies, if there's a lesson in your graveyard, gain 2 life, and it's a 2/3. The reach and the death touch. I don't know how many times it just stopped people from being able to do anything, or wanting to do anything. Vindictive Warden, Split Rakdos, 2 colorless, human soldier, Menace, Firebending 1. You can pay 3 colorless. This creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. 2/3. I like this. I might actually use this in my Volgavoth deck, and just because I can pay 3 colorless and deal 1 damage during everybody's turn, no matter what. Watery Grasp, 1 blue, Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. You can water bend 5. Enchanted creatures owner shuffles it into their library. So you can just make them go away if you want to. Or you could just leave them tapped. I mean, if they find a way to untap it, then at least you have a way to get rid of it still. Canyon Crawler is the black land cycling creature. 2 black, 4 colorless, 6/6, death touch. It's a spider beast. When this creature enters, create a food token. This will probably go in my spider deck. There's so many things to upgrade my decks in the set. Jong Jong's Deserters, 1 white, 1 colorless. My throat is hurting. Human Rebel Ally. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. 1/2. And then we have Curious Farm Animals. 1 white, 1/1. They are a boar, an elk, a bird, and an ox. When this creature dies, you gain 3 life. Pay 2 colorless, and sacrifice this creature. Destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Beef pork, deer pork, chicken pork. Soku's Conviction. It's an instant. You can pay 1 black. Kicker 4. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If the spell was kicked instead, put that card onto the battlefield tapped. So, way to get a card back to your hand, or you can bring it back to the battlefield. Sucks that it comes into the battlefield tap, though. There's so many cards that let you pay 5 and in black that just let you bring it back. North Pole Patrol. I love all the rhyming ones. The rhyming ones make me fun. Or things that sound fun to say. North Pole Patrol. Anyway, 1 blue, 2 colorless. Human soldier ally, 2/3. You can tap them and untap another target permanent you control, or you can waterbend 3 and tap them, and tap target creature an opponent controls. That happened to me a lot during draft. Earth Kingdom Protectors, 1 white, 1/1, Human Soldier Ally, Vigilance, sacrifice this creature, another target ally you control gains indestructible until end of turn. If you have a way to bring them back, they're probably pretty cool. 1/1 with Vigilance is pretty cool. I do like being able to save things. Our rare is Zao the Moonslayer, which is so silly. Menace, Human Soldier, 2/2, 1 red, 1 colorless. Menace, non-basic lands, and are tapped, so he's basically a stacks piece, but you can pay 7 colorless, put a Conqueror counter on him, and as long as he has a Conqueror counter on him, non-basic lands just become mountains. So he is a Blood Moon, which I love flavor-wise, because it's a magic nod and a nod to the TV show. And we also got Toph, the first Metal Bender, which is the 3-color Toph, 1 colorless, and white, green, and red. Is that Naya? I feel like it's Naya. Human warrior ally, 3/3. Non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to their other types, so you can start throwing +1/+1 counters on them when you earthbend. At the beginning of your end step, earthbend 2. So suddenly you can make your soul rings and your arcane signets into creatures, and then if they die, they just go back to the battlefield. It's silly. I was having a lot of fun with it. My foil is Earth Kingdom Soldier. We've already read you. You do things. And a foil Boiling Rock Prison. And a copy. Oh, and the Spirit Wolf is on the other side. This token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. So basically the spirits in the Avatar universe have shadow. Barbie, I didn't even know you were back there, beautiful. Oh, she's so silly. We have a Boomy Bash, 1 red, 3 colorless. Choose 1, sorcery. Deals damage equal to the number of lands you control the target creature, or destroy target creature or non-basic land. The origin of metal bending. It is a lesson. Instant, 1 green, 1 colorless, choose 1. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gains indestructible until end of turn. We should choose both. Wandering Musicians. These silly people. Split Boros. 3 colorless. Human Bard ally. More bards. Whenever this creature attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. They're a 2/5. They have a huge butt. Huge booty. Octopus form. 1 blue. Instant. Lesson. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Untap it. One of my favorite cards in the set. Merchant of Many Hats. 1 black, 1 colorless. He's a human peasant ally. He's a 2/2, and you can pay 1 black and 2 colorless. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand. I was just sacking him left and right. He just kept coming back. I loved it. Airbending lesson. 1 white, 2 colorless, instant lesson. Bend target non-land permanent. Draw a card. Bender's Water Skin is the new mana rock in the set. 3 colorless. Untap this artifact during each other player's untap step, and you can tap it to make a mana of any color. It's really good. I like it because I can spend all my mana, and then the next turn when I'm like, I need to do a swan song or something, I can. Jet, Freedom Fighter. Split Boros 3, and then 2 colorless. Human Rebel Ally 3/1. When Jet enters, he deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control the target creature an opponent controls. When Jet dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. That's a lot of mana for a Human Rebel Ally. Jet, I don't know about you. Benevolent River Spirit. It's 2 blue for a 4/5 spirit. As an additional cost, though, you need to waterbend 5. It has flying and ward 2, and then when this creature enters, scry 2. So you do have to waterbend it all. Leaves of the Vine. So this is Saga. First part, you're going to mill 3 cards and then create a food token. And the second part, you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. And the third, you shall draw a card if there is a creature or a lesson in your graveyard. Sad. Our rare card is the Fire Nation Palace. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land, and those are all the new lands. There's one for each color, and they all do that, depending on what color they are, but they all have special abilities. This one has 1 red, 1 colorless. Tap it. Target creature you control gains fire bending 4, which is kind of silly. I'm going to put that in Azula. And we did get another rare card. Oh, that is really pretty. Obsessive Pursuit. It's got Zoku in it. That art is really pretty. 1 black, 1 colorless enchantment. When this enchantment enters, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a clue token. When you attack, put X +1/+1 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, this creature gains lifelink until end of turn. So the more you hunt, the more powerful you become. But then you're losing more and more things. I do like that they have the symbols for each of the elements. And then the foils look really cool. Pillar launch, 1 green, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains reach until end of turn. Then untap. And we got an Appa Swamp. Oh, we got some soup. And we got Bosco, the wonderful chef bear. Bear chef. Bear chef. I hope everybody had a good pre-release. You don't know who I am. I'm Emmara, goddess of blundR. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I am one of your avatar ambassadors, and I'm just hanging out because Sports Ball is happening. Deserter's Disciple. 1 red, 1 colorless, Human Rebel Ally. Another target creature you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. 2/2. We just saw Pillar Assault. Seen a lot of cards. Koshi Battle Fan. 2 colorless. Equipment. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token and attach this equipment to it. I love auto-equip equipment. Equip creature gets +1/+0. Equip 2. Glider Kids. They've caused me so many problems over the weekend. Or over the week. 1 white, 2 colorless, Human Pilot Ally. Flying. When this creature enters, scry 1, 2, 3. Flyers, pain in the butt in this draft. Flexible Waterbender. Flyers kill me all the time. It doesn't matter where they are, even if I have other flyers. 1 blue, 3 colorless, Human Warrior Ally. 2/5. Vigilance. You can Waterbend 3, and this creature has base power 5/2 instead. Dali Indoctrination. 1 black, 1 colorless. Choose 1 target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land permanent card from it. That player discards that card. Earthbend 2. Man, people were stealing cards that I wanted to cast. Path to Redemption. 1 white, 1 colorless, enchantment aura, enchanted creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. You can pay 5 colorless, sack this aura, and exile enchanted creature, and you create any 1/1 ally. Soka, lateral strategist. We've already seen you. You do things. Heartless act. One white, one colorless. Is sad because the stupid sand people are being mean to Appa too. Everybody's mean to Appa. He's an instant. Choose one. Destroy target creature with no counters on it, or remove 3 counters from target creature. Or Appa. Fun thing is you can remove finality counters. Meteor Sword, which is a nod to Meteor Golem and Magic World, which makes me happy. It's 7 colorless. It's an equipment. When it enters, destroy target permanent. Equipped creature gets +3/+3. Equipped cost is 3. And Magic, we have Meteor Golem, 7 mana. It's an artifact creature. When it enters, destroy target permanent. And it's a 3/3. So it's pretty fun. Shrines are back, which is pretty cool. I gotta go see what other shrines I'm missing for my shrine deck. 1 blue, 2 colorless, legendary enchantment, shrine. When it enters, draw a card for each shrine you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, draw a card. Pretty cool. Shrines are pretty cool. This thing, Beifong's Bounty Hunters, didn't think much of it. 1 green, 1 black, 2 colorless, human mercenary, 4/4. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Board wipes, this thing will save you and create an army of lands that'll just beat the crap out of somebody afterwards. Foggy Swamp Vinebender is our foil. 1 green, 3 colorless. Human plant ally 4/3. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Waterbend 5. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Activate only during your turn. And Meditation Pools is our land, which I need all those for many a deck. Many a deck. I will need a lot of things. I actually gotta make a list of things I need. And this is the last normal pack. We got Firebending Lesson. We got almost all the lessons. 1 red lesson, kicker 4. Firebending Lesson does 2 damage to target creature. If it was kicked, though, it deals 5 damage instead. Turtle Duck. 1 green, 0/4, Turtle Bird. You can pay 3 colorless. Until end of turn, this creature has base power 4 and gains trample. It's a nice little blocker. It's cheap, and it's a bird. Abandon Attachments. It's an instant lesson. Split Visit, and 1 colorless. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Always good times. Earth Kingdom Soldier, we've seen you before. You're probably the most duplicate that we've gotten. Cat Owls, a cat bird. It costs a Zorius split, 3 colorless, and it's a 3/3. It's flying, and whenever this creature attacks, untap a target artifact or creature. It's another cat I'm gonna have to put in my deck because it has flying. So like the biggest weakness of my cat, because I don't know how many times we've died to just some 1 flyer just flying over top of us. Sold out. 1 black, 3 colorless, instant. Exile target creature. If it is dealt damage this turn, create a glue token. I like exiling things. I'm all about it. Otter Penguin. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, this creature gets +1/+2 until end of turn and can't be blocked. It is an otter and a bird. It's a 2/1. There's a lot of new birds. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. And it's a new otter as well, which is exciting. Don't get otters very often. This is a new shrine for black, Northern Air Temple. It's 1 black. When Northern Temple enters, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and gains 1 life. Seems not terrible for 1 mana. Like later on, you could, if you had a whole bunch of shrines out. I don't know. Southern Air Temple. 1 white, 3 colorless. It is one of the other shrines. When Southern Air Temple enters, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of shrines you control. Whenever another shrine you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's really good. That's silly in a shrine deck. think we have 15 shrines now. I'll have to check and see. No, I think we have more than that. 16? I feel like there's an extra 5-color one. Solace Revelation, 1 red, 2 colorless. It's an instant lesson. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than the number of mountains you control. If you don't cast that card this way, put it into your hand. Flashback, 1 red, 6 colorless. Wow, that was a lot of words. Hermetic Herbalist is Simic. Human Druid Ally. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, and then you can tap and add 2 mana in any combination of colors, but you can only spend it to cast lessons. And she has a cat. I don't know why this cat isn't part of this card. It could have been a Human Druid Ally cat. Our rare card is a South Pole Voyager, Human Scout Ally, 1 white, 1 colorless. Whenever this creature or another ally you control enters, you gain 1 life. If this is the second time this ability is resolved, you will draw a card. Not too shabby. In the right deck, Vindictive Warden we've already seen. That's our foil. And we got a foil Appa Swamp. So we got some cool cards that we didn't have. So those are things that will be going in our 2.0 versions of our precons. But we're going to open this collector's pack that's just been sitting here mocking us. Be something super awesome. I don't pull very many super awesome things very often. I can't even open this. Just let me have the cards that are inside, please. I just want cards. It's like, no, you can't have these cards. You don't know how to open packs of cards. You don't get any cards. Octopus Farm. We've already read Octopus Farm. Oh, we have a new card. Earth Village Ruffians. There's Golgari and 2 colorless. Human Soldier Rogue, 3/1. When this creature dies, Earthbend 2. Not super exciting. Badger Mole. I love Badger Mole. Badger Mole won me some games. Thank you, Abby. 1 green, 4 colorless. When this creature enters, Earthbend 2. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have trample. It's really good. June Bounty Hunter. 1 black, 1 colorless. Human Mercenary. June can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. She won me a game or 2. 1 colorless, sack another creature, create a clue token. Activate only during your turn. She's a 2/2. Whoosh! The Spirit Oasis. This is the one that lets us draw cards when it comes into play, and when shrines come into play. The Boulder is ready to rumble. He is a green and 3 colorless. He's a legendary human warrior performer. When the Boulder attacks, Earthbend X, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater, and the Boulder is 4/4. The Boulder is 4/4. Elk Dog. Oh, this is a Jumpstart card. The Jumpstart cards have Aang's Paraglider. 1 red, 1 colorless. Elk Dog. First strike. 1/2. There's a creature, I think, in almost every one of them that's Cloud Shift. Is a reprint with Appa on it. 1 white. Exile target creature you control and then return that creature to the battlefield under your control. Always been a good card. It is also a Jumpstart card. Here's another Jumpstart card. Elephant Mandrill. Cool. 1 green, 2 colorless. It's an elephant monkey. 3/2 reach. When it enters, each player creates a food token at the beginning of combat on your turn. This creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact your opponent control. That goes really well in Kibu. Oh, that's exciting. Appaland. Appaland. Appafoil Land. Suki is our first rare, Courageous Rescuer. 2 white, 1 colorless. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. She's a human warrior ally, and whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. It only happens once. 2/4. The Blue Spirit. Oh, cool. Foil, full art one. That will be going in my deck. 1 white, 3 colorless, human rogue ally. You may cast the first creature spell you cast each turn as though it had flash. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters during combat, draw a card. 2/4. Goes really well in Azula, and I needed a full art one. Diligent Zookeeper. It's one of the schematic-y ones. 1 green, 3 colorless is a human citizen ally. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types to a maximum of 10. Silly. Bloodbender's Rise, which is Blood Chief Ascension. 1 black. Enchantment. That is very, very black. What's her face? The Bloodbender. This is Bloodbender's Blood Chief's Ascension at the beginning of your end step. If the opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you may put a quest counter on this enchantment. When a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if this enchantment has 3 or more quest counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life, and if you do, you gain 2 life. And our final card is the Legend of Kurok, which is a mythic foil. Scry 2, and then draw 2, pay 2 blue and 2 colorless, and then you can exile this saga after the first 2 parts, which is 1 and 2. They're both the same, scry 2, and then draw a card, and it switches over to Avatar Kurok, who is a 4/3 avatar. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. This token can't be blocked or be blocked by non-spirit tokens. And then you can water bend 20. Take an extra turn after this. That's really cool looking. I want all of these. Damn it. Very cool. So that was the Commander bundle. That is what we got. Thanks for hanging out with me. I am still going to hang out. I'm going to go on break for a second, and then I'll be back. I'm going to go throw away all this trash. And thanks for sitting through breaks. I appreciate you all. And I'll be right back. is nonsense. Still stupid. Computer chair. You are my arch enemy. Huzzah! We did it. We defeated the computer chair. Victory. That was ridiculous. Okay. These are all Jumpstart land, or all Avatar lands, so they can all stay together. These are all Avatar lands. These can all stay together. Avatar lands. Boom for Avatar decks. New Avatar rares. More Avatar cards that I gotta go through. Tokens. Land. Those are things. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna enter some cards in here while we're sitting here. Hey everybody, what's happening? I'm Emmara, goddess of blundR. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. We already listened to this album. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my gosh, just do what I want you to do. Boop. What else should we listen to? Show all. We listen to this, we listen to this, let's listen to this one. Oh my god, let's snap my neck. And, Hey everybody, I'm Emmara, goddess of blundR. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. This is my Magic collection that I've been slowly entering into Moxfield since the beginning of time. At least it feels like it was the beginning of time. Man, Duskborn, I love you so much. I love your artwork. You make me happy. So cool looking. Swarmweaver, I think I am gonna make you. I have a bunch of... I'm hoping I get a new Reaper King in Lorwyn. Really hoping. I don't see why we wouldn't. Duskborn, you had so much cool art. Do I just put that over there? Let's just put it over there for now. This Lathril is so pretty. Lathril, Blades of Arrows, and this was a foundation. $3.49. I have my other light on, and it's blinding me this direction. So pretty. 'Tis very pretty. Yeah, well, these can just go. They can go in my binder. They're cool looking. I might actually build them. Oh, Ellis Elcor, you problem child. 338. 358? It's the textured foil. The textured foils are weird. I mean, they feel textury, which is weird. So I am a cosplayer, I am a puppeteer, I am bipolar-y, fun all the time. Always bouncing around Ral Storm Conduit. I am also a featured Magic creator everywhere, because I am the greatest Grixis princess, queen of plane chase that exists in this world. Those are my titles. I'm so cool. Prosh. Prosh makes kobolds. Kobolds are silly. I have a kobold deck. My kobold deck wins sometimes, so whatever. It's a silly. Tristani. This is also a list version. Voice of Selesnia's voice. Oh my god. You cast this and then cast a freaking wall with 30 toughness. It just be so silly. I hate it. Prosper. Prosper. Prosper never hurt nobody. He was a good idea. I jokingly say. I assume we'll get another D&D set. I assume we'll just keep getting D&D sets. I don't understand why we wouldn't. It would be silly not to. Abrupt Decay from Mystery Boosters. Soren. Forgot to see whether or not the Bills were winning. Go Bills. That's what I have to say. It's my obligation to this household to always make sure that I say go Bills. I really like Elevere of the Wild Court. One of my favorite cards. She's so silly and she has so many fun animals and things. She's a human knight. Whenever Elevere of the Wild Court enters the battlefield or attacks, you create a virtuous roll token on another target creature you control. Virtuous rolls can only be made by Elevere. If you control roll, put that on the blah 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 blah. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Whenever an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It gets silly fast. It gets silly very fast. I love enchantments, and I love Voltron decks, so turning all my creatures into disgusting monsters makes me happy. One of my favorite enchantment effects, too, so I'm like, okay. I just get free ones. Butterbur. Brian Keeper. You hobbits doing hobbity things. This Samus, one of the best ones. He's pretty cool. Yeah, he's just the one who just creates a food token. He's like, yes, I have a food token every turn. Oh, here's just special secret layer stuff, huh? Just hanging out. Because, why not? I don't try to make sense of anything that's going on. This Nicol Bolas is really cool. Looks like he's using this train as a microphone, which is pretty badass. This is not the rainbow foil. This is just the normal one. Nope, it's not this one. Nope, it's not this one. It is this one. It's not this one. This one? It is this one, but not. Oh, okay. It just says rainbow foil borderless, but then doesn't. You can put it into foil if you want. It's pretty awesome. You can go over here, Bolas. I imagine you were supposed to go in a deck at some point. Dak Faden. You are the special Dak Faden. Dak got done wrong. Dak didn't even get to do anything. I did like these wanted poster ones. I was completely right that this would be a thing. I'm very good at guessing what is happening in the Magic world, or will happen. I have all the time in the world to figure out what's happening next. Boros Strike Agent is actually a special card from the Clue set. He's a Minotaur soldier. It's not terrible. The one thing is, at least these can be reprinted eventually, like in a Ravnica set, I guess. Some of them were only in certain, or in the clue packs. I think I have most of them. Like, what are we listening to? It is still my music, but also not my music. I was like, what is happening here? Grath. I wonder what Angrath is up to. Probably stuff, right? This was one of my first enchantment deck creatures. I took her out. This was one of my Voltron enchantment decks for the longest time, Tavalsa. That's really cool. I don't remember that secret lair. She only been reprinted once? No. That's interesting. Oh, Estrid. The Mast. She was a commander that you could be, or a planeswalker that you could use as a commander. Back when they had oversized cards as well, we used to get these oversized commander cards. Which I have all of them, I think, because I used to buy all the commander decks even when I wasn't playing commander. Oh, Hydro Crisis. You're silly. This is an Unruly Crisis. He's a Shark Octopus Lizard? Oh, he is also from the Clue set. Was he only in the Clue set and that's it? Nope. What does he do? Trample? Whenever Unruly Crisis attacks, you may have base power and toughness of another target creature you control become XX until end of turn, where X is Unruly Crisis' power. And then you can adapt 3, so it gets 3+1/+1 counters for 5. So it becomes a 7/7 Trample Shark Octopus Lizard. I'm in. You had me at Shark Octopus Lizard. And with that new green card, he would become get +3/+3 because he's 3 different creature types. Master Biomancer, always been good times. Always been a troublemaker. Oh, this is another Clue one. I think Memory Vampire has only been, yeah. I feel like there was one for every color, or every color type. Collect 9 evidence. That's silly. That is a weird ability. Dusk Mantle Vampire has been in Ravnica for the longest time. It was one of my first Ravnica cards, I feel like, back in the day, or maybe it was a commander card. I don't remember. Something. Demir Strandcatcher is a fairy rogue. Interesting. Please tell me more. What do? You let me surveil. I love surveilling. Whenever you attack, surveil X, where X is the number of opponents being attacked. At the beginning of each instep, if 3 or more cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield this turn, draw a card. That is interesting. A lot of these Clue ones had weird abilities that you don't normally see. I don't know if it was probably to help Clue games do weird things. I did get to play once. I got to play at the Clue party, after party. And then there was a dance party, and it was pretty silly. Each player chooses up to 2 creatures they control, then sacrifices the rest. Then you create a tapped treasure token for each creature your opponents control. Interesting. It's got cool art. So that must be the Orzhov one then. This is one of the most beautiful art. This Magali art is like one of the first like artworks I remember from them. It's beautiful. There's a lot going on it. I can sit there and just look at it and be happy. Stampede Surfer. You know, normal thing people do. Oh, Enchanted Evening. I forgot about you. Haste. Boar or Stampede Surfer attacks. For each opponent, you create a 2/2 green boar creature token that's tapped and attacking that opponent. It's kind of cool. Basically Adeline, but in Gruul. With haste. Enchanted Evening, especially with Elevator, is stupid. All rivers are enchantments in addition to their other types. One of my favorite arts, too, by Rebecca Gay. So pretty. Such a good card. Saturu, I actually need you for something, but I don't remember what it was. I feel like I was looking for you. You were going to go somewhere, and then I just forgot where you were going. Ashnod, the Uncaring. I have a lot of Ashnods. This was my first Magic cosplay, was Ashnod, the Uncaring. Does anybody remember that? Probably not. I remember it. Spent a lot of time building it. 42, Kesta, the Cultivator. This one? Foily. She's a nymph. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if she was a god or not. She is not a god. Find and Finality. Contemplating going and playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Think I might in a second. I don't ever get to play my PlayStation very often. It's not in a good place for me to play it. Plus, for some reason, all consoles are a pain in the butt to stream from for some reason. Alpha Deathclaw. So, I am Emmara, Goddess of BlundR. This is my Magic collection that I usually spend my mornings entering into Moxfield. You can usually find me on most weekdays. I do believe my partner is off this week, though, so I might be in and out. Not exactly at the same time that I normally am. I'm usually like 11 to 1. I do have some streams coming up. We do have a talk on Wednesday at 9 o'clock with the Tabletop Talks. If you want to come and check that out on the Discord, I will post that over on my pages. What else have we got going on? Thursdays, we always play Tom Magic with Tom. We do play Tom. Play Tom in Magic every Wednesday. So that'll be, or Thursday. Oh my god, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then, I don't think I have anything else going on. I am taking it easy for a little bit since I've got most of my content out. I've got some videos I've got to post and edit still, so that will be things that'll be happening. If you ever just want to come and hang out and chat, I'm usually talking about Magic while I'm entering in my collection. Or I'm painting miniatures. This is the Magical Miniature Morning with Emmara. Occasionally we do paint miniatures. That's in order to happen. You're silly, Winter. You're very silly. The Jolly Balloon Man. I don't have anything coming up the rest of the year, so unless something does come up at some point, which I doubt it, but got some streams. Nothing super exciting going on, but if anything exciting does happen, I will let you know. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors. I will have some more stuff coming out. I am working on some puppets and some cosplays for next year. Repairing things. A lot of behind the scenes things that are not exciting for anybody. They're not exciting for me. They're probably not going to be exciting for you. Yeah. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me repair things. I got a lot of repairing to do. I think the only costume that doesn't need repairing is probably Agatha. I feel like Agatha's actually okay. I've worn her a couple of times and not had to repair everything. But then I have other ones that are very need repairing. They've had better days, better times. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. What else are we doing? I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on in the world that's interesting. Lots of cool video games out right now. Can play Arc Raiders with me. God, I love Arc Raiders so much. It's so good. It's so much fun. Anyway. Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6 is magnificent. What else do we got going on? What else am I playing? Assassin's Creed Shadows. I play too many games. I don't even know where I pull time out of my butt to play Magic. Do all the things I do with Magic. Then play video games. Paint Warhammer guys. Build Warhammer guys. I don't know. I don't know where I find time. More Jolly Balloon Men. Part of me wants to finish the stack of cards, but also part of me wants to go rest and play video games. It's been a long friggin'... It's always a long week. Every week is a long week. 329. This was the original Corvold. Original fancy Corvold. There was a lot of really cool looking artwork and foundations. I do need to go fill my binders back up again. Sometimes it's easier just to flip through my binders to find things. Do I have this Kakar in my deck? Oh no, I don't know if I have this Kakar in my bird deck or not. Uh-oh. He's a fun Kakar. Kakar! Silly bird wizard. Find and finality. What is this from? Oh, this is the original one. Boop. Guilds of Ravnica? Yeah. Was one of them. We had like 3 sets all in a row, so I can never remember. Guilds was first, and then Allegiance was the second one. Oops. Progenitus, I should know just how to spell you. Right? Something I should just know. You silly monstrosity that has protection from everything. I mean, why not? Why not just have protection from everything? We have 2 different creatures that isn't there an Emrakul that has protection from everything? Consuming Aberration. I've killed people with this thing so many times. And it's always really stupid big. All you gotta do is get this thing freaking trample. Just run people over. Niv Mizzet. so expensive, Nivy? Nivy Mizzy? I guess I did not know that, or pay attention. Guess I should pay attention, that's... Lathril... Anthem of Champions, which is just an anthem. Not really that exciting at all. Imagine a draft is not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible in any way, it's just also not great. Alenda, Saint of Dusk. Okay, so a break is coming up. I am gonna head out of here so you don't all have to sit through that. I appreciate you hanging all out with me today. Let me go see who is on, and we will raid over to somebody, if there is somebody on. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I will be posting things throughout the week. Let's get rid of that. That's not things we need to see right now. Those are also things that are happening. Apparently I didn't read my messages this morning. Okay, where are we going here? Where are my words at? Where is my Twitch at? Okay, I left a bunch of stuff up and now I'm like, I can't find anything. Sometimes I do feel like a crazy old person. Alesha laughs at fate. Hey, I know these people. Let's go see my friends. I never get to see my friends. We're gonna go visit Jen and Donnie. That's where everybody else is. Let's go visit our friends. Maybe we'll visit our friends if I can click these things right. Come on, 2 viewers. Let's go see Jen and Donnie. Maybe. Let's go see Jen and Donnie now. Haha. There we go. Alright, heading over. Say hello when you get there. Tell him I sent you. And tell Donnie to go eat the shit. Are we allowed to say that? Probably not. Don't say that. Do that. Anyway. Donnie deserves it. He knows what he did. Donnie knows what he did. Donnie always knows what he did. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. I appreciate you. Always. You take care of yourselves.